progress, and I believe in professional work. So I don't, and if we for a second just split the idealistic or the narrative of Europe of a dream and of a human project, but just see Europe as yet another political structure, not a state, but a kind of entity that tries to organize people's life in a certain space, in a certain time, which is what it is. The European Union as a political project has a mission in preventing that people kill each other, and by sharing common goods or by sharing a certain policy, improving a kind of market economy, and in a way raising the standard of living, or allowing a standard of living for all these people living in that political entity, in that space, that nobody needs to die. I'm a total fan of the European Union. I would hope that it gets a bigger mandate than it had from the beginning, and the mandate is increasing, and it's a question of progress and evolution, of course, as well. I mean, it's only a couple of decades that we have this political project, European Union. I'm not saying Europe, because I think this traveling and this connection between people has always been there and will always be there. When you look to artists or science, it's when people, where people need to grow and be inventive, they look for the other, they look to other people, they will always travel. But this European project is a fantastic peacekeeping project that tries to, with different kinds of policies, that tries to create a common space in which we all, as I said, feel protected, feel safe, and have something to eat. And I would hope that I think the bigger this space is, the better it is. I fear that we all go back to closing borders. I fear that we all, I don't know, that this card against Europe is played because of financial crisis and because of too easily conveyed messages that are manipulative in the wrong direction, that it's the fault of Europe, or Europe now is asking us to pay more into the casa because others don't work long enough, and all these kinds of things. I hope that there is more good people that want the good for as many people as possible, that have the power to speak up and to speak out louder than those ones that don't understand the whole idea behind this European project. And that's why I love, and as an idealist, I like working in this field. I'm working in the arts and cultural sector. I like listening to an artist giving me a totally new image and giving me an alternative to something, making myself doubt about what I thought I knew before, and then I have to review it. And that is for me the European project, this diversity of expressions that happen. And we just need to make sure that these voices are not getting lost, or that they are not getting quieter and quieter. But Europe as an evidence, Europe as a political project that is there to secure peace and to allow a minimum standard of living, a redistribution, so to say, of welfare within this continent, is for me already a fantastic project that needs to be implemented in a professional way. Now I acknowledge that we have freedom, and I acknowledge that it's not a self-evidence. Even that requires huge attention, that we have freedom, and we see this, around Europe and very close by, that it's not an evidence, so it needs an attention in itself. But let's assume that this freedom is a given, that this freedom is something I have been growing up with. The next step, or the freedom that I enjoy, is only as much worth as it can be shared with as many people as possible, and that is justice. So freedom becomes justice, and justice is what should guide us. Is it in terms of money, in terms of securities, in terms of everything? Everything is connected. So my freedom is only as much worth, in a way, as it is lived, or it is possible to be lived in other parts of this world, I believe. And as long as this is not the case, Europe has a task.